Hey, what's up, you guys? Today I wanted to talk a little bit about freelancing. Um, so, this past week, I was able to make $10,000 from one deal that happened in a single day, just off of freelancing. So, I think really freelancing has even more potential than reskilling apps. So, let's get into the pros and cons right now. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about freelancing. So, like I said earlier, just a few days ago, I was able to get a deal for $10,000 to create an app for someone. Um, this deal is for an app. I can't really describe it right now, but it uses a lot of database kind of stuff, which I'm using Firebase for, and that sort of thing. So let's start on how I got this deal. It actually started on Flippa. So I met someone on there who I sold an app to, and this was a pretty simple app. The app sold for around like $600, I think. After that, this guy had some ideas for the app, and right away he was ready to pay another 700 in order to do some updates. So I did those updates for him, and they were pretty simple updates to do. And at that point, he enjoyed the work and he had a lot of other ideas. So we started talking, and eventually, after a couple of weeks, we came to this deal. So freelancing really can be lucrative, and in my opinion, it can be better than reskilling at times, but there's also more work and a little more stress involved, and you do need to know how to code in order to freelance. So this video, I'll go through a couple of steps that you'll need to do in order to become a freelancer. It's not as hard as you think, but it definitely will require some work. So, of course, the first step is learning to code. In order to freelance, you definitely need to know how to code because you have to be able to make apps to people's specifications. However, you don't need to be a complete expert at coding, as some people might lead you to believe. Really, you just need to know how to do some pretty basic things that a lot of people will ask for. So right now, the types of apps that are very popular are anything social media or e-commerce. So you definitely have to be familiar with at least one payment method, such as PayPal or Stripe, and how to integrate it into an app. And you also have to be familiar with one backend service, such as Parse or Firebase. And there are some other ones like Amazon has a backend that's pretty easy to use. But anyway, you have to be familiar with things that are important. Don't waste your time on certain coding methodologies or like different types of things that are very advanced that you will most likely never use in normal circumstances. Of course, some people need to know these things, but if you want to become a basic freelancer and create apps for people, you really don't need to know too much. So focus your time on learning the basics first. If you've never coded before, there's a lot of pretty good resources that you can get to. A lot of them are free, some of them just cost a little money. And just get familiar with that, practice a lot, create your own projects, and learn a few specific frameworks that are very necessary for most apps. So once you get pretty familiar with coding, I would recommend creating reskins first. And I don't mean buying reskins from somewhere, I mean actually creating your own and selling them on Flippa. This is great experience because you can learn how to do a lot of different things that are very common freelancing topics, such as like payments, backend, profiles, authentication, and you'll be able to learn those things stress-free in your own time and then sell it on Flippa for some extra cash too. Additionally, a lot of the people that you sell stuff to on Flippa could become future clients. Most of the people that are my clients right now I met on Flippa because they liked my reskins that I made for them, and they would hire me to do other work or further improve the reskins that I had previously created. So that's a great way to get clients without having to pay any money at all. You don't have to do any advertising, you don't have to have a website. All you need is your skills and the reskins that you created and sold on Flippa. So really, I think that's the best path for a beginner to get into freelancing. Um, so that's like the basic path that I took. I started with reskinning. Well, first I learned to code, then I started with reskinning, and then finally I got into freelancing. I've been freelancing for like maybe a year and a half now. I think my first one was in the fall of 2016, creating like a real estate type of app. I've made a lot of emoji apps, like a dog emoji, a cat emoji, a shoe emoji. I've also made some e-commerce apps, that type of thing. So I've been doing it for a little bit now. So a couple of the cons with freelancing are the time required and how difficult it is. So of course, since you're creating a new app from scratch for someone, it's going to take a lot more time. So it's not as easy as just doing a quick 1 hour reskin and making a few $100s from it. These are usually deals that are like $500 or more, all the way up to like 10,000, 20,000, 100,000. It could really, there's endless possibilities with it. But at those prices, people will expect quality apps and a pretty quick turnaround. And sometimes it can be a bit stressful, especially if you're not extremely familiar with the project. And so it is added stress, but the money is also better. Additionally, I would recommend that you are very organized when you start freelancing. You really have to take this seriously and treat it like a legitimate business, or else you're going to have a lot of issues. My biggest recommendation is to be really clear on exactly what the client wants. And before you get payment, use PayPal to create an invoice, and in the invoice, use bullet points and put exactly everything that they asked for and everything that you will include. This will prevent any miscommunications in the future, especially if the client starts to try to add additional pieces onto the project that you guys never agreed to in the beginning. This happens to me a lot. You agree for everything, they give you the payment or half the payment, you start working, and then they have 100 other ideas that they want to add, and they get angry that you start charging more because you never initially agreed to add those things. So sometimes they'll even contact PayPal and try to open a dispute, and unless you have evidence that you only agreed to certain items, you're going to lose the dispute. So please make sure you have bullet points in your PayPal invoice to prove that to PayPal's support team. Otherwise, you will have a lot of issues. And that's really my main complaint about freelancing is sometimes you get someone that's very difficult to deal with, and that is very annoying. And yeah, it's just a hassle. So save yourself some time and be organized, write everything down, and double check and triple check with them to make sure you know exactly what they want so there are zero miscommunications, because that causes so many problems. Otherwise, like I said, freelancing takes more time than reskinning, and you do have to know how to code. But I think occasionally on this channel, I want to provide some freelancing tips and stuff. Right now, I still want to stick mostly to reskinning since a lot of you guys don't know how to code and probably don't want to spend as much time. But I think it's something great to think about and maybe start working towards as a long-term goal because it can make you good money. Just this year alone, I've made more money freelancing than reskinning apps. A lot of it because of this $10,000 deal, but also some freelancing I did for some, I think it was a Bitcoin app and stuff like that. So it can really make good money if you put in some time, learn to code, and start getting out there with your reskins on Flippa. That's really the best way to get clients if you're doing app freelancing. So I really think this is a great way. If you want to get into 6 figures, this is the way to do it. Like I said, I just made $10,000 from an app that will probably take maybe 2 weeks to a month to make while I'm in school even. So imagine if you went full time with this, you could really make a lot of money, because $10,000 in a month even, that'll end up being $120,000 in a single year. So that is already over 6 figures. So it's entirely possible to make that kind of money, especially if you're going full time, but even part time like I am, it can be very decent. So anyway, I hope you guys give reskinning or freelancing a try. At least look into it a little bit and maybe start to learn how to code, because that can be very helpful even if you don't start freelancing. I actually have a video about the benefits of coding. Anyway, also check out my Amazon ebook. This is about reskinning apps for Amazon. For those of you who don't have a very big initial budget, all you need is about $50 and you can start making $500 a month just with one Amazon app alone. So take a look at that. I'll have the link in my description of this video. So thanks for watching this, guys, and I hope you give freelancing a little bit of a thought. Please subscribe and give a like if you enjoyed this video. Thanks.